On a cold autumn morning in 1932, two newborns were carried through the gates of St. Aurelia's convent, and nothing about their lives or their deaths would ever make sense. The convent sat on the outskirts of Krakow, Poland, a sprawling stone fortress wrapped in ivy and silence. The nuns there devoted themselves to caring for abandoned children, raising orphans in prayer and discipline. When the sisters took in two twin girls, Katarina and Elżbieta, the story should have ended there, but it didn't, because from the very beginning the twins were different. They were identical in face, yes, pale skin, jet black hair, and striking blue eyes. But where one went, the other followed. When Katarina cried, Elżbieta wailed in the same rhythm seconds later. When Elżbieta laughed, Katarina's mouth curled before the sound even left her sister's lips. At first, the sisters of St. Aurelia's thought it was charming. "A bond gifted by God," said Mother Superior Helena. But others whispered that it was unsettling, too exact, too synchronized. One nun, Sister Magdalena, wrote in her diary, "Sister Magdalena, October 5th, 1932. The twins move like one. Their small hands reach together. Their heads tilt in unison. If one falls, the other cries in pain, though not touched. It is not natural. It feels rehearsed. But they are infants. How can such mimicry be learned?" By age 3, the twins were inseparable, speaking their own language of whispers and half-words no one else understood. Teachers at the convent school noted their brilliance. They could read scripture far beyond their years, but their drawings unsettled everyone. Other children drew crosses and flowers. The twins drew doors. Always doors. Dark wooden doors with no handles. Sometimes they drew chains across them. No one knew why. By the late 1930s, the convent was a place of tension. Europe trembled under the rise of war, and the outside world grew darker by the day. But inside St. Aurelia's, a different darkness spread. The twins had grown into young girls. Their bond was stronger than ever, and strange events began to cluster around them. Candles blew out whenever they entered the chapel. Windows cracked in the dormitory during their nightly prayers. Other children complained that they heard voices in the night. Voices that sounded exactly like the twins, though the girls swore they were asleep. Then came the illness. In 1938, Katarina grew pale and weak, bedridden with fever. The convent physician declared it pneumonia. But when Katarina's fever spiked, Elżbieta screamed from across the convent as though her body burned. The physician noted something chilling. Elżbieta's temperature rose in perfect tandem with her sister's, though she showed no signs of infection. St. Aurelia's Convent, March 3, 1938. An unprecedented phenomenon. One child ill, the other mirroring symptoms. No explanation within medical reason. Suggest observation. Word of the twins spread through the town. Some villagers called them cursed. Others called them saints. Pilgrims even came to the convent believing the twins shared a miracle. But inside, the nuns grew fearful. Sister Magdalena again. Sister Magdalena, October 10th, 1938. It is not God I see in them. It is reflection. When one speaks, the other's lips move as if echoing. I cannot sleep. I found them awake last night, standing by the chapel door, holding hands. They whispered in their strange tongue. When I asked what they did, they said, "The door is calling." By the end of the war, the convent was battered, but standing. The twins were now teenagers, hauntingly beautiful, but eerily detached from others.
They were often seen writing in notebooks, filling page after page with strange mirrored handwriting. If Katarina wrote a word forward, Elżbieta wrote the same word backward at the same time, perfect reflections. One day, a nun discovered something alarming. When the notebooks were held up to a mirror, the writings revealed coherent messages. The twins' mirror writing, 1945. The door is beneath us. The door is waiting. When it opens, only one may leave. The convent leadership tried to intervene. Mother Superior Helena burned the notebooks, forbidding further writings. But that night, the chapel bell rang at midnight on its own. The twins were found standing at the altar, both with bloodied palms, as though they had tried to force open the locked trap-door beneath the floor. Helena ordered the door sealed, but by then, whispers in the convent were unstoppable. Rumors plagued the St. Aurelia's convent as tales spread of unnatural twins raised within. Villagers report strange chanting at night and claim the girls can predict deaths in the town. Church officials deny misconduct but remain silent on the matter of the convent's locked chapel. The breaking point came in 1947. On a winter morning, Katarina collapsed at breakfast. Blood streamed from her nose and eyes. She convulsed violently before going still. The sisters rushed her to her bed, but at the exact same moment, across the hall, Elżbieta collapsed too. Same blood, same convulsions. By nightfall, Katarina was dead. And Elżbieta, she woke, but not the same. After Katarina's death, Elżbieta refused to eat, refused to speak. Weeks passed in silence. Then one night she began to write again, pages and pages in red blood ink. Elżbieta's notebook, 1947. She is not gone. She is behind the door. She calls to me. They will not let me follow. I must open it. I must. In 1948, the convent reported a tragedy. Elżbieta was found dead at the altar, hands pressed against the floorboards. Cause of death? Unexplained heart failure. The church buried her beside her sister. The convent locked the chapel forever. But the story did not end. In 1965, renovations uncovered the space beneath the chapel. Workers found a narrow stone chamber, walls etched with symbols not of the church, and in the center lay 2 child-sized coffins. When opened, both were empty. Declassified Church Report, 1965. Discovery beneath St. Aurelia's raises grave concerns. 2 coffins found, no remains, only a carved message, not 2, 1. Records sealed by order of Vatican. The convent shuttered permanently in the 1970s. Locals avoided it. Children dared to approach. Some swore they heard 2 voices humming in unison when the wind cut through the broken windows. And in 1991, a group of paranormal researchers entered with cameras. Only 1 tape survived. On it, faint singing can be heard, a nursery rhyme in Polish. But played backward, the lyrics shift. Open the door, let us be one. Closing narration, docudrama style. The story of Katarina and Elżbieta has no scientific explanation. Doctors documented their mirrored pain, their impossible bond. Priests sealed their writings. The church buried the truth beneath stone in silence. Were they 2 souls bound by something beyond comprehension? Or were they never 2 at all, but one fractured spirit trying desperately to reunite? The convent still stands, abandoned. Villagers claim the ground is cursed, but if you walk by on cold nights, some say you can hear it. 2 voices, whispering as one, calling from behind a door, that was never meant to be opened, because some mysteries are not solved, they are endured.